Yo, Max, what's for lunch?
We're going to South Philly. Let's make some Italian chicken cutlet sandwiches.
Let's get cooking.
I'm a private chef, cook for money, yeah.
Guys, welcome back to What's for Lunch. Max, welcome to the kitchen.
Happy to be here. Love getting in the kitchen.
It's great having you. We're doing something, it's in your wheelhouse, chicken cutlet, South Philly sandwich.
I don't know exactly if it's like a Philadelphia thing. I know that it's common in where I'm from, but I don't think it's just where I'm from, but I don't know. I'm excited.
All right, well, either way, it's gonna be a good sandwich. We have some broccoli rabe here. We have some nice, this is garlic bread.
No,
so
yeah, that looks great.
Extra. We
No, that looks
toast
great.
that up. And then we have some chicken breast. So it's pretty straightforward. Let's get going. What's your level of cooking looking like here?
I actually love cooking. I cook more than people would think. Do a lot of shows throughout the week. So like every Monday, we don't have a part of my take. So I will go make one big meal for the week most Mondays.
What's your go-to meal?
My favorite go-to meal is definitely like an at-home like Mexican bowl.
Okay. We're gonna start by butterflying this open.
Okay.
So hand on top, and you're just gonna find the center and just slice it, and then we'll pull it open, and you can slice it. You can finish it this way. Keep pressing it down, and then we're gonna bang the hell out of this to make a nice thin cutlet. But you're Italian, right?
Yeah. Like a Sunday sauce. Depends where I am in the family, whether you call it a Sunday sauce or a Sunday gravy. That's what I mean. I grew up with my mom would have a pot going all day.
And now we're gonna just cover it in plastic wrap, and we're just gonna beat the hell out of it until it's nice and flat. Because people, especially these Italians out there, every time I make a cutlet or a parm, they go, "It's not thin enough, not thin enough." So
no, yeah, the thinner the better. That's the whole. That's my whole thing.
You can do the honors and get these nice and thin for us. You can really like.
I don't want to break your stuff here. I don't know how.
This is a piece of wood, and this is a plastic cutting board. You're not breaking anything.
I don't know. I'm strong.
Strong guy. I know you. I mean, you have been in the gym.
Yeah, we've been in the gym. We've been hitting it.
That is true.
I mean, that looks great right there.
That looks, yeah, but see when we bread it, it adds a little bit of a layer, so go a little thinner, and then switch to that one. I'm gonna get our breading ready. That's perfect. That's perfect.
All right, there we go. There we go.
Perfect.
I mean, that looks like a nice looking cutlet right there.
That looks really good.
Now. I found with cutlets, like, you can burn them so easily.
Yes.
And I've done that so many times with cutlets.
That's the biggest thing, is not burning the breadcrumb. But these are nice. The good thing is these are so thin, you don't have to worry about undercooking them, so it's really just gold. You're going off the color. I feel like
chicken, you always got to worry about undercooking.
But not because it's so thin.
Yeah.
All right, let's bread this.
Let's do it.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
You do the one hand wet, one hand dry.
Yeah, there you go. Wet hand, dry hand.
I've watched my TikTok
wet
videos.
Hand, dry hand.
My entire TikTok algorithm is just cooking videos. The entire thing.
All right, so the biggest thing with breading that we got to make sure to do is you want to season every stage of this. So if you want to let's add a good amount of salt and pepper to the flour, season that, and we'll season the breadcrumbs. Yeah, I put some just some herbs in here, so we have some parsley, some oregano, some Italian herbs, and basic breadcrumbs. But there you go. Get started with that. I'll take that. You want to throw salt?
Ooh, I've see, this is a TikTok thing.
Is it?
Like guys will pull out I've never had a salt thing like this. I just have like I go to the grocery store and you buy like the little shaker that comes with the first time you get an apartment, and then like that just lasts me like forever.
Perfect. Why don't you go ahead and you bread, and we'll see how your wet hand, dry hand looks. Whenever you're breading anything, you go flour, egg, bread, dry, wet, dry.
All right, so this is gonna be my dry hand. My left hand's gonna be dry.
And with that initial flour, you don't want a lot of flour like to stay on, so give it a shake when it's done.
Switch over to the wet.
To the hand, yeah. Yep, now I'd flip it one more time, yeah.
That's good?
Yep.
Do I switch to dry hand now? This is
yeah, but now
still pretty wet.
What you do is you grab this, you flick it over.
I knew there was a step there.
And then once it's good and dry, you get it pressed down.
Oh yeah, this looks good.
And then you get a flip, yeah. You get a nice crust on that. So this is broccolini. This is slightly different than broccoli rabe. Broccoli rabe is more bitter. I'm just slicing these in half. How are you with garlic? You a big garlic?
Love garlic.
Perfect. We're gonna chop up 3 or 4 cloves.
Dolente family always overdoes it with the garlic.
I love that.
In some ways.
I love that.
My family's favorite dish is like a vongole. That was everyone's like birthday dinner.
Okay.
We add shrimp to it, so it's a little bit different, but it's like the sauce of a vongole with the clams, but we just add shrimp because
Who's the big cook? Is your mom a big cook?
My mom.
And my mom is Italian.
My mom is actually not Italian, but my dad, she got all the recipes from my dad's mom.
Who is Italian?
Who is very Italian.
All right, yeah, that works.
So yeah.
Again, not what I was expecting, but I guess, so your dad is very Italian.
My dad is 100% Italian. There's one thing that my grandmother never told my mom the real recipe to, and that was her meatballs.
Wow,
and that's something like,
and
she died with it. She died with the recipe.
We're gonna start by pan frying these. All right, so I have some hot oil here. We're shallow frying this, and this is mostly olive oil with a little bit of avocado oil just to raise the smoking point,
Okay.
but I like the flavor of frying in olive oil, which you can do, just at, like we said, at a lower temperature.
Yeah.
And to see if it's ready, what we do is you take a wooden spoon or a chopstick and you stick it in here, and then see how it starts to bubble up right away. That's how you know, because you can't flick water into it like a normal pan, because you put water and oil, fucking shit goes everywhere. That's how you start a grease fire. But wooden spoon.
See, I haven't seen that on TikTok. I've seen a lot of things, tricks on TikTok. That's the first one.
Whenever you're with oil, you lay away from you slowly. And look at that. This is all we're just going off of color.
Yeah.
This is already turning brown like kind of fast, so I'm gonna take it off the heat and just let it go. Oil heats up fast and cools down faster. It's a specific heat, is either lower or higher than water, where it takes less energy to raise it a degree or to lower it a degree.
So by you taking that off right
the
there,
oil cools down. So if this was a pot of water, it
wouldn't do anything.
It's gonna take longer. But oil
Yeah.
it takes less time.
That's a good color right there.
That's a nice color.
That's a good color right there.
But see, so this is the color. This could be a little lighter, but you're still safe there. You're not burning it. You're not burning. This is like perfect on this side. While the cutlet's finishing cooking, right here I have some boiling water. What we're gonna do something called blanching, because if we try to saute this all now, it's gonna take a long time. So what we do is partially cook it in boiling water, almost all the way cook it through, and then we're gonna put it into this bowl here of ice cold water. So what that's gonna do, it's called blanching. Start the cooking process, ice instantly ends it, and the color is gonna stay very vibrant and green. If we let it just cook in here, it's gonna slowly turn yellow and steam and like be gross. This kills that process, keeps all the pigment in the broccoli.
That's what you do with hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah.
Like if I were to take a bite right there, I would have no idea whether it's like close or not.
It's just how raw it still tastes. Like, have you had raw
it's like
broccoli? It sucks.
Yeah.
Have you had cooked broccoli? It's soft. You're looking for like almost soft. But then we're gonna finish cooking it in a pan. We're gonna get some nice color on it. So I'll tell you with olive oil, garlic. What's your all-time favorite sandwich? You have one sandwich the rest of your life.
If I'm eating one sandwich every single day, it's a turkey club. It's hard to get sick of a turkey club. It's like not too fatty, but it has like the bacon, which is the right amount of fat. My like one special sandwich, it's probably gonna be like a Philly cheesesteak. A good Philly cheese, grilled onions, Cooper Sharp.
Best.
Oh, it's so good.
This is what we're looking for as far as like bite into that, and like that's how cooked it should be. That's when you know it's ready to be put in the ice water. Chicken cutlets are done. We got that one frying off. Broccoli's been blanched. Now we just have to cut up some garlic here and then slice some cheese. And you have a deli slicer.
Yep.
Your new favorite toy in the office. For the garlic, all we're gonna do, because it's kind of a rustic sandwich, we're just gonna do slices. We'll try to make them thin, but if they're a little chunkier, that's fine too. You don't have to try to be the fastest guy at chopping when you're starting. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. That's a little bit too smashed. You want to go just a little lighter than that?
You got my hopes up for the smashing. See, like right now, I just want to like get smashing on this.
So it's like this. It's just enough to
like a light smash for this one.
And then you peel it. All we're doing for this one is you're taking it and we're going thin slices through. All right, looks like the bread's done. Do you have the slices of cheese ready?
I can do that. Yeah, you know, I'm self-taught. I'm a self-taught guy. I just really wanted good, thinly sliced provolone cheese, and Chicago wasn't doing that for me, so PFT just got me my own one. And now it's like the most fun toy I have. Like, this is like, that's how cheese should be sliced. Look how thin that is. Like I can like see, not really, but I should be able to see you.
I'm gonna cut them in half and then we're probably gonna stack them. Look at that.
Oh my God, look at that.
Come on,
see,
Max.
like.
Perfect. Max, we're in a good spot. We're looking good here. We have the cheese, we have the cutlets, we have the bread.
All right.
All that's left to do is to saute this broccoli rabe and then we assemble. Broccoli rabe,
Really
I've dried off a little. It's still probably gonna splatter a bit, but we're just gonna saute these up. This is where we're gonna get some nice color on that. And some crisp. Garlic, we're gonna wait.
Okay. You don't want to burn it. Don't want to burn it.
There you go, my guy.
I've burned plenty of garlic in my day.
It sucks. It gets bitter. It gets horrible. Garlic can go from sweet, beautiful, aromatic to just terrible in 2 seconds. So we can start to build. Let's go cutlets first. Now add that nice cheese that you sliced up.
Nice and thin, nice and thin.
See this color we're getting here?
Yeah.
I love a little char.
Yeah.
So we want a char on these.
What about the garlic?
Yeah, so now it's time to go in with the garlic. See, but this is the color we want it.
Yeah.
The garlic's gonna take 30 seconds. Now we go in with the garlic. I like that color. So now we're just eyeing the garlic. Once it turns slightly brown, we're done. We're gonna end with just a little fresh lemon juice, just for a nice little fresh pop. And that's gonna melt some of the cheese right in there. Let's just torch the edges of this cheese here. Fuck yeah, Max, look at that. All right, Max, I think we can close this and cut that. That's a sandwich.
I'm really excited.
That's a sandwich if I've ever seen one. Holy shit.
Let's go.
Look at that. Yeah, this is giant. We're gonna need 2 baskets. Hold on one second. And you know what, Max? This sandwich will taste a lot better with some Pepsi Zero Sugar.
So you know I'm a soda guy. I love Pepsi.
Boom. Pepsi Zero Sugar. and a beautiful Philly, South Philly Italian sandwich, we'll call it. It's a match made in heaven. I got 2 cups of ice here. What do you say? We crack these Pepsis,
Beauty.
eat this sandwich,
Love 2 Pepsis.
and enjoy. All right,
ready?
Let's just dive in.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
Cheers,
do it.
man. Oh my
Oh my
God.
God, this thing is a beast. Perfect. The garlic's really what you want to be tasting here, and you're just getting hit in the face with it, which is exactly what I want.
Max, that was a great sandwich. Thank you for suggesting it. And guys,
course.
remember, every crave-worthy bite is better with Pepsi. Guys, that's going to do it for this episode of What's for Lunch. We'll see you next time. Peace.